Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. We're gonna see how long this lasts. My son is trying to put himself to sleep, but I can kind of hear that he's either not gonna take a nap or just about to fall asleep. I also am not really feeling too good today. I have like a wicked headache, but I really wanted to get this video out because I know that there's a big need for it. So I'm gonna try and make this quick, try and just keep to the facts. The first thing that I did want to say is that I'm getting all of my facts from the Breastfeeding Atlas. This book is essentially what all IBCLCs study from to actually take the IBCLC exam. And a lot of the exam is actually based on this textbook. It's all evidence-based, so I really want to give you guys like the best amount of information when it comes to relactation. 2 different ways that you can go about relactation, and it's just by offering the breast, exclusively pumping. So you can relactate if you've ever been pregnant or have ever breastfed. The closer that you are to when you stopped breastfeeding, the quicker you should be able to get your milk supply back. We did not want to take a nap. Ooh, is that mommy's book? Hello. You smell good. If you previously were breastfeeding, say like 2 to 5 months ago, you're actually going to be able to get your breast milk supply back a lot quicker, and you should actually be able to get your full milk supply back. If you haven't breastfed in like over a year, you should be able to still relactate and have milk, but you may not be able to get a full milk supply. So if you want to just relactate by offering the breast, you want to offer the breast at least 10 times per day. And you want to discontinue with bottles or with pacifiers. And you will have to supplement during this process. They really encourage you to supplement with either a cup or doing the SNS or syringe feeding. So the SNS feeding is where you have like the tube that's attached to your breast and like sticks out right by your nipple. And when the baby's nursing, they still do get milk. So it sort of stimulates them and then also stimulates your body as well. The other option that a lot of people choose to do is pumping. So that option is where you pump every 3 hours around the clock, and you pump for at least 20 minutes. This is essentially to stimulate your milk supply so that you start getting your full milk supply back. And as your milk supply comes in, you kind of decrease those pumping sessions and you add in nursing sessions. So you would replace a pumping session with a nursing session. During that time, you would also be supplementing with either formula or donor milk, and then slowly, obviously, decrease that as your milk supply comes in. One of the main things about relactation is support. So peer-to-peer support, your healthcare provider support, and also your lactation consultant. It can be a little upsetting and discouraging when you don't see milk right away. It really depends on the person, on how quick and how abundant your milk supply will be when you relactate. I can't tell you how quickly your milk supply could come in. It could come in within a few days. It could come in a few weeks or even a few months. It really depends on how diligent you are stimulating the breasts and how your milk supply was before you decided to stop nursing. But relactation is a doable process. It can work. It definitely works in emergencies, and this formula shortage would definitely be considered an emergency. So I really encourage anyone who is interested in a relactation, who needs support on it, who is like hoping that they can relactate, definitely reach out to myself or your local lactation consultant. I do offer virtual visits, and I would love to help come up with a relactation plan for you. Or say you were pregnant and you never initiated breastfeeding, you just went straight to bottle feeding. After birth, you can still relactate. It's pretty cool. One of the big things, obviously, with pumping is that you really want to make sure that that flange size is correct and that you're using a hospital grade pump. So Some of those pumps that you can get, like the Mom Cozy pump, that's a great pump. You guys know I talk about that pump all the time, but it's not a great pump for relactation. You want to think of more like the Spectra, the Medela Sonata, the Medela Pump and Style, the Freestyle pump, the Lancino pumps. Those aren't, they're like a little subpar. The Baby Buddha would be a great pump as well. Any of the wearable pumps really aren't good for relactation. They're great for stimulation, but I would say like make sure you're using one of the hospital grade pumps. And then if you need to pump, like say to make dinner, whatever it is that you can't really sit down and pump, definitely use your hands-free pump, but I wouldn't be using that all of the time. The other thing that you can use for if you're just breastfeeding or pumping to stimulate relactation is galactagogues. A big one of those is goat's rue, fenugreek, or blessed thistle. I know there is like a couple of kind of things about fenugreek and that some people say that it can increase supply and it can decrease supply. Now that is, you know, your own personal anatomy will sort of tell you which one you fall into. It's kind of hard to know if that would increase your supply or decrease it. And some people don't notice any change, and that just means that that galactagogue isn't stimulating enough for you. I obviously cannot prescribe a galactagogue because I am not a doctor, but I can only suggest. I would suggest when you do start a galactagogue is to start one at a time. So just start with maybe blessed thistle and see if that does anything for your supply if you're relactating. You're not going to notice anything right away. You need to give it at least a good week, possibly 2 weeks. If you don't notice anything after that, I would try something else. Another really big thing is that you want to make sure that you're increasing your calories and also increasing your hydration for relactation. Great thing for relactation is also hand massage. There's actually been some new research done that is about mastitis, which I actually want to do a whole video on it. So definitely look out for that. Essentially, what's been happening is they've been finding that really rough massage or like rough kind of even pressing on your breasts if you're lactating can actually cause mastitis. So when you're doing your breast massage, you really want it to be gentle. You do not need to be like pinching and making like, you know, a really hard kind of indent in your breast. You just want to be like massaging gently, just enough where you would like feel the stimulation and it could cause a letdown. That's pretty much it for relactation. It's definitely possible. Comment down below if you had a successful relactation journey or if you didn't, and maybe, you know, I'll be able to help you. But I really, really encourage anyone who's even thinking about it to look into it just a little bit, because it could really help your baby or someone else's baby. With this formula shortage, you know, we want to all like try and come together and like help all these babies who are having issues finding food. And definitely give this video a like, and I'll see you guys in my next.